I'm a CW4 in the United States Army. I deployed to Iraq twice as an intelligence analyst. I met my wife actually at airborne school at Fort Benning, Georgia. We learned how to jump out of airplanes together. In October 2013, we arrived in Pyeongtaek, South Korea at a U.S. Army installation called Camp Humphries. That's where we met Father Dennis.
I'm a Divine Word missionary. In 2011, I had received several calls from Korean priests asking me to help at Camp Humphries in South Korea. And I was deeply impressed by how the military personnel understand deeply the concept of sacrifice. I actually was the first chaplain for the Korean Knights of Columbus in South Korea. Chris and Heidi Moore became very important people in my life.
We developed quite a close relationship. We'd go to brunch together after Mass. It's just comforting to be able to talk to someone and to have that kind of relationship. I joined the Knights in 2014. I wouldn't have developed such a relationship with Father Dennis if I hadn't have been a Knight.
It was an honor for me to be there with him, to see his enthusiasm about the Knights of Columbus.
In 2015, though, he announced he had been diagnosed with liver disease.
My body began to decline so rapidly. I was lucky to survive even the trip to Chicago. I was already to a point where I had to start making arrangements for my funeral.
I didn't get to see him very much, but we did maintain contact through phone calls and Facebook.
As soon as I met my new hepatologist, he said I would need a transplant. I decided not to go on the list. I did not want to take the opportunity away from another person to receive a liver. A few days afterwards, Heidi Moore, she texted me, Chris or I will be your donor. I was completely shocked and overwhelmed at that. I sat there just shaking. It just shook me to my core.
I'm a rather impulsive type person. I jump out of airplanes for a living. And I said, I'm going to do this. Within a month, we went from approval to surgery. July 12th, 2017.
We said our goodbyes.
Went into two separate but adjoining operating suites.
We'll see each other on the other side. Thumbs up all the way.
He got 2.5 pounds in my liver. They wake me up. First thing, of course, I'm asking is how Father Dennis. We had wires sticking out of us, and you could just see the color back in his face.
It was one of those moments when you just can't help but sit back and say, Lord, you've done something wonderful here. No matter where you are, no matter what your circumstances are, we are all called as Christians to be missionaries. That's our basic vocation. Knights also are missionaries.
The Knights make you want to do things. If you can do something for a friend, why not do it?
God is present in our lives in so many ways. When God helps you to realize how deeply He cares for you, that's beyond our comprehension. Seeing Chris and Heidi with their 2 young boys, that they were willing to make this sort of sacrifice, it takes a deep faith to do that.
We share a special bond. We call each other brothers now because we share something in common, our livers. This is what the power of the Lord and the willingness to work with your fellow man can do and give a second lease on life.